Hello everyone, welcome to the Central European Championships 2021 in Szarvasi, Hungary. You're watching round 3 MPO lead card. I'm Tomáš Valík and here with me is Amann.
Hello everyone, really excited. It's going down, it's the last 9 holes of the Central European Championships. Jakub Semerád already with a really comfortable lead, but the battle for second place is tight, as you can see, me being over par. There's also Georgie Goldner, Bohdan, Amann still in contention. This back 9 is tough, there's a lot that can happen. Let's see what's going on. Okay, here we are on hole number 10. One maybe of the easier holes for the lead card. 125 meter hyzer shot, pretty tight gap to hit. You really need to make sure to hit the gap on an hyzer because it's just really far to the left. If you go too far straight, then you might end up in the bushes. George is going with a boss here. Star boss, this is looking good.
And you really need to push forward in this shot. It's not like a high hyzer.
Yeah, there's a trick. If you see the disc land, if you look through this gap left, then it's usually a pretty good shot.
That's more like it.
And Jakub does the mistake and goes too high.
Yeah, exactly. That was just a little bit too straight, a little bit too far. You really need to make sure to fade early. Otherwise you might end up, just too straight. Definitely not an easy birdie putt for him.
Bohdan ripping a disc.
This looks good.
Watching it skip.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a park job for him. Maybe some kind of putt, and I'm thinking, okay, I finally need some birdies, man. I'm too over par. That's not how I planned to play on this Sunday round. This is my Halo Destroyer.
And you're pretty successful on this hole, right? In the previous round.
Yes, I mean, I missed the inside circle putt in second round. I had birdie in first round. But as I said, to me, this one plays on the easier side. Let's just check
Jakub
what this
trying
stats say.
to make it. It was a bit too far, and right now it's starting to rain a bit. The clock. There's no 40 degrees right now. It's starting to rain.
Yeah, the weather definitely changed. There's some rain, some more wind. There is no sun anymore, but really cloudy sky. So no one. I didn't check the forecast, but other people didn't know what to expect. There was some rain, to expect, but you can see Jakub and everyone else pretty much had an umbrella, so we are well prepared, but still.
Great birdies by George and Bohdan.
Yeah.
And you,
I'm closest to the pin. I'm about 4 meters. Still making sure to focus on this putt. Back 9 is where I need to get things going.
And you get the birdie, and we move to hole number 11, which on this tournament played really hard. It's a par 3, 125 meters. You need a low ceiling shot that goes straight the whole way. There's a way over the top, but everyone will be going through the gap, and let's see how George tackles the hole.
Yeah, the reason especially why everyone is going through the gap today is there's already a ton of wind. So if you go up that high, you don't know what the wind is doing with your disc. So it's really getting windy now. Every one of us is like, okay, this back 9 are gonna be interesting for sure. And you can see there's also some pretty heavy rain already. So I'm trying to throw pretty fast, not focus as long as usual, and just rip it down the middle.
And you all hit the right side, besides George.
Yeah, I'm slipping
tough
too. Yeah, I have pretty open upshot. Bohdan has a pretty tough upshot. Jakub also on the right side, but he
gets out.
Yeah, he's also in the open. This is George with a Roadrunner forehand. Pretty tough shot, especially in the headwind.
And hits a small branch and goes out to the open.
Yeah, Bohdan below the branches. Let's see if he can make something happen. And this shot was really
great
impressive.
Shot.
Yeah, great scramble shot. He is about 6 to 7 meters from the basket. And here I am stepping up to my approach, and the wind is even getting stronger.
Watch now the trees, because it's not pretty here.
Yeah, it's like I mean, you can see the trees in the background behind the basket. This is some serious headwind,
and we have the TD Dani Hatvani behind the basket. He's already checking the weather, and after you throw, they delayed the round.
Yeah, exactly.
The round.
He let me throw. I am coming up short. That's even outside circle.
Because as you can see, it got pretty messy. The branch on the left fell right as we left, and behind the basket, a huge part of
yeah,
the tree fell down.
this was at least
really
a 10-meter big branch. There was branches falling down everywhere. Every one of us is just trying to go to stand in the open field, and it's the play is interrupted now. We are marking our lies, but we don't go back to the tournament center because it's too dangerous to go through all this park because there's trees everywhere that can branches fall down. We are just chilling here and waiting.
This is the branch that fell. It fell really close to our cameraman on the catch cam.
Yeah, luckily nobody got hurt or anything, but still pretty interesting situation here. We see us just not knowing what to expect. How long is this break
Dani
gonna
says
be?
that due to radar it could be gone in 10 to 15 minutes.
So
No.
Mati tells us it will be like 10 minutes. In 10 minutes it should be over. So and then we will resume the play.
Definitely a pretty complicated situation, not easy to handle for every one of us.
And it will be hard to get back.
Yeah, exactly. I just remember I had some snacks, some drinks, trying to refresh myself. I had a good talk to the cardmates, and this is what I have left for my par look. Definitely way harder than I wish to have my par look.
And you cash it after a 15-minute break.
Yeah,
Cold.
that felt good for sure. Yeah. That felt really good for sure.
And you know Bohdan is closer. So and you're now with the same score you're battling.
Yeah, still battling with Bohdan for second place. I mean,
Great putt.
Yeah, he can
also great.
Connect on the putt as well. So there weren't too many birdies on this hole for the weekend, correct?
Yeah, this hole only got 3 birdies for the whole tournament.
Wow.
So really a lot of pars, and shout out to Shimon Galia, Lorenz Schauhofer and Marco Ciacella on this hole who got birdies only in the first round. The second and third round saw no birdies.
No birdies at all. Shimon seems to have a lot of those highlight birdies.
Yeah, and these are news for us. We won't be playing hole 18 today because during the storm a huge tree fell right next to the basket.
Yeah, hole 18 is cancelled for the whole MPO division. So hole number 17 is gonna be our last hole today. As we come to hole number 12, which is a par 4 dogleg to the right. Your tee shot is just a straight shot of around 80 meters, and then you have another 80 meters approach to the basket. It's basically shaped like a V, as we see some good vibes here in the crowd, in the cart.
We were waiting for the chase card.
Yeah, the chase card actually left to the tournament center, so we were ready to play, but the chase card was not here, so there was still a backup. And it was actually a pretty confusing situation as the tournament director told us to overtake the chase card, which we all couldn't really believe. Like, it felt like in practice, okay, we just overtake a card. How is this even possible?
But while we were talking about it, they already came, so we waited for them to finish the hole.
Yeah, everything in correct order. We are behind the chase card now. And Jakub with a really nice smash drive here.
And this is a really tough hole because the sweet spot is so small. And the sweet spot is basically the drop zone or somewhere around the drop zone.
Yeah, exactly.
If you are just a bit to the left, to the right, you'll have to pitch out. And George here misses the Mando. So he'll head straight to the drop zone, which in the end might be a good play.
Yeah, missing the Mando on the tee shot isn't the worst ever, because the drop zone is a pretty manageable upshot and you might end up taking strokes on the field with a par, as this hole averages almost a stroke over par.
Bohdan had a great approach with his mutant, opting for it again, trying to get to the basket with his third shot. And that had enough angle on it.
Yeah, that was a surprisingly bad shot.
Yeah, he'll be way to the right.
Yeah.
George is throwing from the drop zone.
That's a vault. James Conrad will feel bad about seeing George throwing the vault forehand, but still, pretty nice shot.
Yep.
Jakub, that's almost drop zone. That's a nice...
And that's his second.
Yeah, and he will have a look for birdie for sure. Only 3 birdies on the day on this hole.
This hole is playing really tough.
Yeah, definitely. I'm approaching on a slight hyzer with my P2.
You'll fade out to the left,
Yeah,
right?
just little sort of. I wanted to stall it a bit more.
The hyzer approach is hard to get to the basket here.
It's not easy, yeah. It's to me it's more of a stall shot over this bush to the right. But my angle was a little bit cut off, so otherwise I would have needed to go with a forehand. And this was really
Bohdan was
aggressive.
putting with his mutant.
He was trying to make something happen, and this is still a really challenging putt for bogey, ladies and gentlemen. So imagine almost circle's edge on a knee. And that's a great save, because if he misses, that might be a big game changer. So this is to still stay in contention for second place. Big respect to that.
While you...
Yeah, I can pick up a stroke here on Bohdan.
And you do. A bit to the right, but basket catches it. These baskets were catching really great, right?
Yes, I really love those baskets. Those are the baskets I have on my home course in STP. Estonian disc ride basket. Shout out to Raidcon to producing this basket. And Dani Hatvani, he got the tip by myself that those are pretty cheap and pretty good baskets. So he drove all the way to Estonia just to get 18 of those. And I was pretty happy with those baskets on the tournament.
George gets a par and Kuba with a great birdie.
Yeah, only Simon Galia and Stefan Pokos got the birdie again.
Simon Galia stealing all the shoutouts.
Yeah.
Hole 13 is a par 3, 108 meters. It's a hole where you want to go straight and then a lot to the right. But you gotta miss this huge tree that will be guarding the basket. So you either want to go in front of it or behind it. Kuba wants to go behind it probably with his roller play, and he gets a bit too far.
Yeah, he will have a look, but it was a little long. Still decent shot. I mean, this whole scoring rise, it's playing on the easier side, averaging a quarter stroke over par, but there's not too many birdies.
You're playing it way high, you want to go in front of the tree.
Yeah.
It's a luck play, you know.
No idea what it did, but it turned out to be okay. Around circle's edge.
George opting for a forehand. It's really hard to get to with a forehand.
I feel so too. But you know, he is not that good on an Anheuser shot.
There won't be a lot of birdies on this. Par is easy and birdie is really hard
Exactly.
on this hole.
Exactly. There's also not that many bogeys on this hole. Bohdan also going to the forehand.
I mean, the main goal is to go through this gap. If you end up on the right, you're in a big trouble.
For me, the game plan is basically to have some kind of look and maybe have a circle 2 putt and make this one for birdie. So let's see how we play. George with another flick roller approach. Those are working well for him, huh?
He's really good with those. And Bohdan, this is like his fifth look outside of the circle. He capitalized.
He really wanted it. I could see that in his eyes. Looked great.
Just low again.
So close.
Jakub also from like 10 meters.
Yeah. Hitting the top band.
On the right, he'll have to settle for a par.
And here I have a chance to pull away from Bohdan a little bit. That would be for a 2-stroke lead. Around 10 meters.
And you airball it. What were you thinking here?
Yeah, I don't know. I was in the last moment. There was some scares, and it was just a really bad putt. Total misfire. Luckily, not that far from the basket. I was thinking, yeah, make it. Maybe you can, like, get it together late in the round, you know. So now I try to focus here on my
take
par
your
putt.
time for your par putt, and you make it. So this will be a par frame for our lead card.
Yeah, pretty usual score, I would say.
And I mean, you're not angry about it as well.
No. I mean, it's always boring if there's no scoring separation at all, but of course, no problem. Par is fine here as we approach hole number 14, which is actually the second easiest hole on the course. There's this straight gap which you need to approach with some kind of Anheuser or with a forehand. There's also backdoor hyzer route, which is, I would say, pretty luck-based. and because you might hit the tree pretty early, you need to play the plinko.
Or you go from the right with a skip shot. But
Okay, I haven't seen that play actually.
Jakub and Bohdan are both going high.
It
And
seems to
Jakub-
be the Czech route to go high over there.
Yeah, and the rest is going straight.
Yeah, I am trying to be aggressive now on my drive here. Ripping a rock pretty high on a really nice turnover.
Really close, but that will be a long
Yeah,
for a
Yeah, I
Grubner.
thought-
I am a little bit back there in the trash, but it was a really nice shot. Georgie is going with a sidearm. He uses the Scorpius on his sidearm. This is actually a Scorpius I gave to him. So shout out to myself.
And he will be far as well.
Yeah, he threw it long, but he got
That's
the
the
puck
Stani
job.
aura.
Yeah, he got the puck job in second round. So
Oh,
you're
that's great.
welcome, George.
And Bohdan is a bit too high, a bit too left, and he'll be short and in
Yeah,
a bush.
he was going with the mutant with the mid range there, which is kind of surprising to me.
I saw him in the practice, and with like distance drivers, they were ending up really far. So-
Okay, interesting. Yeah, he don't even really try that play.
Mhm.
So Bohdan with a pretty easy pitch up for his par. Jakub is trying to make something happen, but turns out as the perfect pitch up as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of branches in his way.
Yeah, I'm just outside circle and I need to go on a big spike hyzer putt.
Hitting the top of the basket.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of an effort, but still, really hard putt, not in there. George also trolling back in there in these bushes.
Similar
think-
putt.
Yeah, he has some kind of look.
But he airballs it. That's a shame. Because those drives looked great through the gap. Jakub for his par. That's a great job. And he's just cruising. He
Yeah.
makes pars, but
I think
you
he's
do as well. And
yeah,
his
but I think he's
advantage
feeling
is
totally
huge.
comfortable now, totally in control of things.
Because-
Everyone else still has this pressure going on, thinking about positions and stuff.
Because the last 3 holes we are playing are like not that hard. And we are not playing 18 where miracles can happen.
Yeah, 18 is definitely a score separator. We will not have this hole today, so we already need to think about the positions we are in. And I'm that kind of guy who likes to check scores to see what do I need to do on the last holes.
And 16 is playing as the easiest. 17 is also
Yeah,
pretty easy. So 15 is where you want to make your last run. So hole number 15 is a par 5, 240 meters. First shot is an analyzer with a stable disc that you want to flex out into the middle. The second shot you want to approach to the window, and a third to the basket. All of you are probably going with a fast disc here. You want to grab as much because the eagle is reachable.
yeah. With an eagle, you could definitely separate yourself a little bit from the rest of the card and the field. I think George is going for the layup play though.
And even if the first shot can be shorter, the second shot is the one that needs to be good. Because
Definitely.
the second shot gives you more space. The fairway is really wide open, and you can attack in there. Yours didn't have enough angle, and it will fade
Yeah,
out.
exactly. I was not that happy about this shot. The fun thing I really liked about this hole there is slowly growing. The crowd is slowly growing, so there's a lot of people with us now, a lot of people watching, a lot of people clapping. So I'm always enjoying the time when there's a nice crowd going on, some nice vibes.
And the STP hype club is growing.
Yeah, here we see all the Austrians, all my good friends are around me, and everyone is talking to me in church and like, yeah, okay, what are you gonna do and stuff. That was really fun.
Yeah, these last few holes were, as you mentioned, it was the thing you like about final rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
tournaments.
Especially if there's a golf start, then people can join the lead card after finishing their round.
Yeah, exactly.
When here, yeah.
Yeah, Bohdan faded to the trees, and he'll have a tough shot. It looked really good, but it's a fast disc, and it skipped again into
Yeah,
the bushes.
he will not have a play for birdie.
And he
I
was
would
getting
say.
really upset here because, he's competing with you here. You have similar score, and that is slowly closing the door for him.
Yeah, I would think so too. George with a really nice rip with his star rave.
It's just a bit too long and he'll be throwing out of the tree. But he should get some kind of a throw from there.
Yeah, I think he
Maybe
has a chance for birdie, but it's not gonna be easy.
You're on the very left side. You are actually checking like an alternative fairway, which was just a pathway down the left.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing something fancy for the crowd and stuff, but then I did this outshot, which turned out to be okay, not good, but still a chance for birdie with a really good third shot.
Jakub is grabbing again his Opto X Ballista Pro and trying to go for the basket.
Yeah, he's going aggressive here.
But he knew it out of his hand. This was a bit too short.
Should be a pretty good birdie chance though.
Should be a little bit wider than that.
I'm going here with the highest spike height of the season for myself.
I didn't expect it, so...
I'm usually not going that high. I'm always trying to go low with my discs. But this one turned out to be okay. It's just a little bit short.
And the crowd was cheering.
Yeah, the crowd was liking it for sure. My friends are all like pretty hyped. Bohdan is trying to make something happen here with a flick roller.
And he... Yeah, it hadn't had enough angle to turn to the left. And the tree stopped him. He would have gone even further.
Stopped him. He might have even been in danger to go be there.
And he goes to the tree, but
that's also not a good shot.
He should have gone through a bit. George is throwing here from a knee, from a distant driver, hoping to skip. It does. And he'll have some kind of a look for his birdie.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Bohdan's fourth.
I think it's his fifth.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he is settling for bogey. So, unfortunate play for him for sure.
And this is Jakub's third.
He will have kind of a... I think that's a putt for him all day. He will make it. That's actually a really interesting thing he told me after the tournament, Jakub. He didn't have a single outside circle putt that he made in the tournament.
Really?
So the furthest putt he made was about 9 meters. And then I just responded, when I won CGGC in 2019, I didn't have a single made outside circle putt either. So maybe
there's a pattern there.
Yeah, it really seems to. So people listen carefully to that. If you want to become a CDGC champion one day, just make sure to not hit outside circle putt.
Once you make one, just say goodbye to the trophy.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, but that was a really nice birdie putt by Jakub. Here we have Bohdan putting for bogey. Yeah, that's okay, but still a lost stroke to the card. At this point, actually, George, he is not close to Bohdan, but he is getting kind of dangerous, I would say. It's only 2 strokes separation between third and fourth. And, I told myself, okay, grab another stroke on Bohdan.
And you didn't see, it looked like you didn't see it, but during the game.
Yeah.
It just barely stayed in.
Yeah. Again, thanks to the disc guide basket for catching this putt pretty good. That was still kind of nervy, it's always not easy if you putt back to the crowd looking at all those faces. As we are on hole 16, playing as the easiest hole on the course, 220 meters and has a shot. The basket is pretty protected under some trees. It's not an easy birdie, but it's some kind of an easy par, I would say, so maybe that's the reason why it's playing that easy.
There's not much danger, that's it.
Yeah, there's no not that thick of bushes or something, a pretty open field.
You need to get over these bushes in front of the basket and then you are open. You can mess it up on the green.
Yeah.
That's your thing. Jakub opting for a roller. He'll be the only one he's... No. Pardon me. Has a great result.
Yeah.
You are going with a turnover rock.
Exactly, I'm trying to put it out wide, let it glide to the right. It was just...
really high.
Yeah, it was played a little bit too tight.
And you end up short.
Yeah, I'm inside circle 2, not an easy putt at all, still a look. And George, he's going with the roller as well.
With the roller.
Not that usual of a play for him. I don't see him roll discs that often, but this is his old Roadrunner, pretty nice die on it. Like the alien die, you could see it. and he's just
sit down nicely.
Yeah, it's turned over a little bit, so he's even shorter than me.
It will be short.
Yeah, also in circle 2, but almost 20 meters short or something. So if he wants to catch up with Bohdan, he needs to make something happen now. Only 2 holes left.
Bohdan is going with a turnover, with an essence.
Yeah, that was an essence.
And it was a great shot.
This shot was so beautiful. I mean, that's almost a park chop. There was almost no claps, which was not really understandable for us after seeing the results. This is Georg putting with his Omega from almost 20 meters.
Come on, Georg!
Oh, great putt.
What a putt by
Amazing.
Georg. I mean, that's really nice. Getting hot at the end, second last hole.
He told me he likes it because nobody passed it with it.
Yeah, he likes to have those special discs. So I'm putting also from circle 2, and I told myself, if you make this, then you have the second place for sure. I'm 2 strokes ahead of Bohdan.
This was such a great putt.
Yeah.
In this situation where you know Bohdan is closer than you, such an amazing putt.
I really felt it.
And you really strive in those pressure moments. I think.
Yeah, usually I really like when there's some emotions in play, when the crowd is cheering.
Great putt by Bohdan.
Bohdan still cleans up his
It seems
birdie.
to me that when you are under pressure, when you know that someone is close, you're playing even better than you are now.
Yeah, usually, I don't know what is the reason for that. And here we have it, the lead cut. Yeah.
Rattling the chains for a star frame. No strokes gained, but amazing hole nevertheless.
Yeah, really fun to watch for sure.
We go to our final hole of this tournament, hole 17, par 3, 95 meters, an island green. The island is pretty big, so you don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
And it's the last disc of your choice. Probably all of our players will opt for a backhand.
Yeah, it's basically a perfectly straight shot, like straight like a bullet. Here we can see the crowd, the STP crew. Shout out to Flim. He was carrying me for the last couple holes.
Yeah, it was such a fun round with the gallery at the end.
Yeah, there was some really great vibes going on.
Amazing tournament, well organized by Dani, Hatvani and the whole Hungarian community.
Yeah, definitely shout out to them. Dani, Hatvani and his crew doing a lot of work for this temporary course.
And Kuba gets through to the basket.
Yeah, he's almost parked on this shot. Pretty nice shot. I'm going with my AVR3, pretty straight disc, trying to throw it on a flip-up line, just straight to the basket.
Just a bit left. We'll ride it. Oh, it's going really straight.
Yeah, it flipped up pretty nice, so that's
pretty good.
Pretty close putt for my birdie. Yeah, Georg rocking the STP Disc Golf shirt.
Again with his Truth.
Exactly.
He'll ride it, and it's gonna end up near you, right?
Yeah. He's 2 back of Bohdan at this moment. So Bohdan needs to make sure to not have a bogey on this hole.
Yeah, because Georg is 2 strokes behind him, and he skips into the logs, which we'll see in a minute.
That's definitely outside circle putt. There's also some branches in the way. Yeah, it's gonna be still exciting on the putting green here.
And what he did, the disc ended up under these logs.
He throws so strong. He throws so strong that he just destroys the log now.
Yeah, it was not logic.
That's definitely a highlight of the tournament. I mean, you see, everyone is filming. The people are not getting what was happening here. So here we have it. This is the putt for birdie. He needs to go on a knee again below those branches.
And this is just for show, and he unfortunately misses the branch.
Yeah.
Hits the branch.
He wanted the putt, that is for sure. So that's me.
This is you to seal the second place, the Central European Championships. Not defending your title, but still with a great result.
I'm really happy with that result. Yeah, I was really feeling well.
Jakub was on another level.
Exactly. There was no chance in this tournament. I had really to put on a fight in the last round. But here we have the big surprise of the tournament. Georgie Goldner finishing in 4th place. I think no one would have expected that. I mean, you might not even ever have heard about him.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah, But he just played it smooth, played it easy, like he did. Kept to his style of play.
Bohdan as well, amazing play.
Yeah,
in
third
the
place.
tournament.
I mean, a podium finish on the CDGC.
And Jakub, here we have an average rating of 1042.
Wow.
Really high for this region.
Yeah. Play, definitely winning style.
Stellar play and in a great shape before the European Championships in 2 weeks in
Yeah.
Konopiště.
That's
Yeah.
for sure. Jakub, he was looking strong on this weekend, that's for sure. And I'm really interested what he will do in Konopiště.
Central European champion in 2021 from Czech Republic with a score of -26, Jakub Semerád.
At first, please give a huge applause to Dani and everybody who helped with the course and with the tournament. It was amazing. And next, I would like to thank to everybody who supported me, especially my family, my friends and my sponsor, Latitude 64, Club Hunters and this golf shop. So thank you.
Once again, thanks for coming, and I'd also like to say thank you to our partners who helped us become this event reality, and thanks again for coming.
And there you have it. It was the 2021 Central European Championships in Szarvasi, Hungary.
Yeah, great scoring separation between the first and the second. Jakub Semerád at -26.
14 strokes
Yeah,
on second place, that's amazing.
I'm on -12, Bohdan Bílek at -9. There's Georgie Goldner just coming short of the podium at -8.
Great rounds today by Amann, Matěj Vojtík at -3. Great rounds as well
Yeah,
in these conditions.
it was definitely a challenge. Thanks to Dani, Hatvani, the TD, you just heard him speaking. He did just an amazing job. I need to put out this once again.
And thank you to the staff, thank you to PDGA Europe, thank you to proDiscgolf for
And-
making this possible.
Definitely, and thank you to you, Tomáš Valík, for doing this amazing coverage. It was a pleasure to
Thank
be
you.
with you.
It was great to have you on the mic.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe and see you in Konopiště.
For sure, excited for that. Goodbye, everybody.
Attila.